What if I told you that the United States government once considered orchestrating terrorist attacks on its own soil to justify going to war? It sounds like the plot of a Hollywood thriller, but this is no fiction. In 1962, during the height of the Cold War, the U.S. military drafted a top-secret plan known as Operation Northwoods, a shocking proposal designed to stage violent attacks on American citizens and blame them on Cuba. The goal? To create enough public outrage to justify a full-scale invasion of Fidel Castro's regime. Today, we're diving deep into the chilling details of Operation Northwoods and uncovering how close the world came to witnessing one of the most dangerous government conspiracies ever devised. The context, Cold War tensions, and fear of Cuba. In the early 1960s, tensions between the United States and the Soviet Union were at an all-time high. The Cold War had transformed the world into a battleground of ideologies, capitalism versus communism. Cuba, just 90 miles off the coast of Florida, had become a major concern for U.S. policymakers after Fidel Castro led a successful communist revolution in 1959. His alignment with the Soviet Union turned Cuba into a potential launching pad for Soviet influence in the Western Hemisphere.
Well, let me say something to you, Mr. Ambassador. We do have the evidence. We have it, and it's clear and incontrovertible.
The failed Bay of Pigs invasion in 1961 only heightened U.S. anxiety. The operation, aimed at overthrowing Castro, ended in disaster and humiliation for the Kennedy administration. As fear of Soviet missiles in Cuba grew, U.S. military leaders became desperate for a solution to eliminate Castro and prevent Cuba from becoming a Soviet stronghold. It was in this climate of fear and desperation that Operation Northwoods was born. The birth of Operation Northwoods, a plan to deceive. In 1962, the U.S. Department of Defense and the Joint Chiefs of Staff, led by General Lyman Lemnitzer, developed Operation Northwoods, a covert strategy to manipulate public opinion and justify military intervention in Cuba. The plan was as audacious as it was sinister. It proposed staging violent acts, including bombings, hijackings, and even assassinations, on American soil and blaming them on Castro's regime. The idea was to create a wave of public outrage that would pressure President John F. Kennedy into authorizing military action against Cuba. The proposals outlined in the document included hijacking civilian airplanes, attacking U.S. military bases, and even sinking American ships. Each act would be carefully orchestrated to make it appear as though Cuba was the aggressor. The architects of Operation Northwoods believed that these staged events would generate enough public support for a war that could topple Castro and eliminate the communist threat. The shocking details. What Operation Northwoods proposed. The declassified documents of Operation Northwoods reveal a chilling array of proposed actions that aim to manipulate the American public through fear and deception. Among the most disturbing ideas were staging terrorist attacks. The plan proposed setting off bombs in U.S. cities, targeting innocent civilians to create chaos and terror. These attacks would be blamed on Cuban operatives. Hijacking civilian airplanes. One proposal suggested faking the hijacking of a commercial airline filled with passengers and attributing it to Cuban agents. Another idea involved substituting a real plane with a drone and simulating its destruction. Sinking a U.S. ship. The plan included staging an attack on a U.S. Navy vessel in Cuban waters, reminiscent of the USS Maine incident that led to the Spanish-American War. Assassinating Cuban exiles. Operation Northwoods even suggested targeting Cuban refugees in Miami to further fuel anti-Castro sentiment. These scenarios were meticulously designed to provoke outrage and force the U.S. government into a military confrontation with Cuba. The architects of the plan believed that by manufacturing a crisis, they could rally the American public and Congress behind the idea of war. Why Operation Northwoods never happened. Despite the audacity and detailed planning behind Operation Northwoods, the proposal never came to fruition. When the plan reached President John F. Kennedy's desk, he was appalled. Kennedy rejected the plan outright, refusing to authorize any operation that involved harming American citizens for political gain. His rejection was a testament to his unwillingness to cross ethical boundaries, even in the face of immense pressure from military leaders. Kennedy's refusal to greenlight Operation Northwoods strained his relationship with the Joint Chiefs of Staff and the CIA. General Lyman Lemnitzer, who championed the plan, was eventually removed as chairman of the Joint Chiefs. The plan was shelved, and its details remained classified for decades. Had Kennedy approved the operation, the world could have witnessed one of the most egregious government conspiracies in history, one that might have altered the course of American democracy forever. The aftermath: Lemnitzer and the fallout. After Kennedy's rejection of Operation Northwoods, General Lyman Lemnitzer's career took a different turn. He was reassigned as Supreme Allied Commander of NATO, a move that effectively distanced him from the White House. Lemnitzer's aggressive anti-communist stance and willingness to endorse extreme measures had put him at odds with Kennedy's vision for foreign policy. Although Operation Northwoods was never executed, the mere existence of such a plan left a chilling legacy. It raised serious concerns about the extent to which government officials were willing to go to manipulate public perception and achieve their geopolitical goals. The documents detailing Operation Northwoods remained classified for nearly 40 years, only coming to light in the 1990s after declassification efforts exposed the disturbing proposals. Even today, the revelation of this plan serves as a stark reminder of the potential dangers of unchecked government power. What do you think about Operation Northwoods? Was Kennedy's decision to reject the plan the right move, or did the US miss an opportunity to eliminate Castro? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more deep dives into hidden government secrets.